You are now listening to the Real Afro-Unity podcast with our hosts, Daring and Ayo, where they'll be discussing various topics that affect our African diaspora. With these conversations, they aim to hopefully bridge the gap between us African Americans with the Nigerian diaspora. They will dismantle the myths and share a new perspective. Please sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy the conversation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Afro-Unity podcast live from City of Brothers, Philadelphia. Today with my OG from way back, AYOG, OG Cabino.
What up?
What's up, bro?
Chillin'. Another day.
Another day, man. It's a recap of the year, bro.
Exactly.
How's it been?
It's been amazing, man.
Wow.
Really good. This year treated us really well.
Yeah. I think we achieved most of the things we set out to
Exactly,
achieve. So.
we did. That's why it's a good year for me. Because we set all the goals, and we accomplished all of them.
Yeah, move closer to
the mic. So.
Hey, all right. We're not here alone tonight.
No, we're not.
We're here with some of our brothers in the City of Brothers, like it's called. So I'll put it that way. I'm here with Prince. Say why. How are you, Prince?
Don't call me Prince here.
You have been impersonated.
Just retain my name.
Have you been impersonated?
What called Prince? When we say Prince, you take him back home.
Prince,
the Son of God.
Oh, okay. Because I'm starting to like, you're one of them.
He's on the microphone now. Let's take it back to like Ayomi Posse.
All right, Ayomi Posse. Nice to meet you. Nice to be with you,
brother.
And I'm here with my brother, Mr. Dasa, all the way from Delaware. Please give it to him and see. See, let me tell you something. Just before I allow him to talk. 2 Sundays ago, I was in University of Delaware supporting him for Mr. Dasa.
Wait, he's the guy I was
sent to you. Yeah, you refused to come for that program.
My bad, bro.
All right, so it's the one. So it contested for Mr. Dasa, which is Delaware Association for Black Students.
Yeah,
African students.
Okay.
So he won as Mr. Dasa, representing Nigeria. All the way through, you need to see my guy. Definitely and everything, So
Nigeria won.
Nigeria won. So, hey, MC, tell me, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, feel great. It's a great year so far. I'm happy to be here. It's been a long year as well. I'm happy to be here. The year is ready to end, and I don't know.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Happy to see you. Happy to be with you. To do
Same here.
A recap of what we talked about for the year, basically. Just looking at entertainment. I know in the course of the program, you have the opportunity for you to talk about what your mission is as Mr. Dasa, how we can promote African heritage and help people that are back home. I know that is something you're passionate about, and we have opportunity to discuss that as we, continue the discussion on how it may go. And so there's no need to just beat around the bush. Tell me, this year, how has Afrobeat been for you guys? Who wants to go first?
I go first.
Okay.
So, my daughter's name is Mariah.
Yeah.
And
oh God, come on!
We call it.
You said entertainment.
The FCs. The FCs. Oh my God.
He gave me from the first track of Mariah.
Yeah.
As a true African Nigerian, American Nigerian.
Yeah.
When I played that album on Spotify and I heard the intro of the Fuji, I was like, okay. I was dialed in. Like, this takes me to parties that I've attended in Nigeria, parties that I've attended here with him performing. Now I hear this rhythm on an album on Spotify, which is a global platform, with a Nigerian artist, Wizkid, it was the album that just told me like, bro, the year was good, and this is why.
you know where I stand.
This is a piece of work.
You know where I stand.
I know you said it was a 6.
No, being partial, I give it a 6. I would have said 4.
You've moved.
I mean, you can't lie though. You can't lie. It's the way
I make it feel. So I keep telling people, and not just
you guys won't understand it now.
All right, so
in
fine.
4 years, this album will age well.
Why do we have to wait for
because
4 years?
We don't. I'm just 4 years away from now. So you see me here in flesh.
The album
but you're in the future.
You see me here.
I actually like that.
I'm telling you.
Whatever you grow now, I mean, whatever you're planting now, you are planting ahead. You're gonna harvest it.
But in 4 years, I don't think I'll be listening to an album that dropped this year.
No, see, maybe because yesterday I was going to Maryland and I still streamed Gonga's album by Nice, because I like it. Now, that is not I'm not going to go on the journey and put on Murayo as an album.
You don't have to.
In 4 years.
But if it's a date, if you gotta, that's a situational album, bro. For me, let me explain myself. Mariah to me is a sentimental album. It was a thoughtful album.
Okay. So you cannot be what word would I use now? Because you have an attachment to the name, you cannot be objective.
I can't be. I recuse myself.
Because we had a discussion on the album, and you guys can check it out on YouTube, reacting to
the Mariah album.
At the end of the day, the question I asked you that you couldn't answer was, if you remove Wizkid from that album.
Okay, Wizkid, that's his album.
And you give it to someone that you've not heard his name before, would you stream it?
Okay.
Or would it have the same level of success?
No. It's because of Wizkid that I'm listening to the album.
Actually, so the album is applicable to most of our music, or most of our songs in Nigeria. I think it's the name behind that song that people actually going for, right? Like you can't expect maybe someone like maybe an ordinary guy trying to come up singing a song like that, like you said, and you want to go for that, and you want to be listening to that. Yeah, some of all these songs that should I call them legends? Legends. Let me give it to them. Legends actually doing now compared to what they were doing before. I don't see the reason why I want to go for that.
I mean, honestly, in terms of this album, Mariah, it was a great album. Like the beginning, and I don't know if you watched the when they did the live performance. I think it was in London. Amazing.
Fashion.
Yeah. It was actually
the red background.
It was great.
Right.
Like, I honestly, because I love like live performances. So, and when I watched, I was like, that's when I went to go stream the album. The first song was great. Second song, it was this one he did with Ashake to Bad Girl from Barbados. Amazing. But in my opinion, I'll give the album an 8 out of 10. Okay. And I'm not even a Wizkid fan.
A Wizkid fan?
Nope. 30 big the other way. I'm a Davido fan.
So because he said 8 out of 10, he's a Wizkid fan?
Not that. No. You know what?
I'm a Davido fan.
Wizkid of now is not the Wizkid of, as in the Wizkid I used to know before.
Okay.
And the same thing is applicable to almost all these artists we're having there. I'm not saying I'm supporting Davido, right? But there's no way Davido will come up and release a song that you know like everyone.
Oh yeah, here's the goat.
It's always natural.
Everybody knows that. Davido is the goat. Everybody
there's no way. There's no way. Like I said, I'm not trying to compare the two people to. I mean, two of them together, so it won't cause a.
All right. Or be in the studio, and I can imagine Wizkid take Casey Dance on one stretch.
Yep.
And it just comes, and he just starts singing it, and he just starts taking it, and he just starts saying it. I don't see Davido do that kind of a thing. It's not happening. Don't let us fool ourselves.
Orchestrated is what you're saying?
Like for him to just come to the studio and he just starts spitting bars like that. We need a team around him. Some writers. So
that means there's
like
a machine behind him.
Yeah. So which is okay.
I don't know if that's okay.
It's okay.
That's what happened to Drake.
But don't let us we get to
because I have a lot of things to say right now, but
yeah. So let us look at Afrobeat success as a brand for the year.
Yeah.
What number would you give it? Just a number over 10.
Afrobeat success.
Over 10?
But what are we rating it on? Like Afrobeat.
On
The
everything.
success of Afrobeat this year.
Success or influence?
The success.
Okay.
And the influence, any way you look at it, being successful and the influence has always been there, it's still growing, but the success of Afrobeat this year.
I feel like we need to define.
What number would you give it?
For me,
when
success,
it comes to impact.
Hold on. For me, success is being able to branch. Everyone has different definitions of success.
I mean success when it comes to the influence.
I would say
able to have this year.
Okay.
I would say Afrobeat in general and Afrobeat artists Afrobeat genre is the biggest genre on planet Earth right now.
But this year, what number would you give it?
I'll give it over 10, probably 100 over 10. If that's something.
You're really bullish on.
What number would you give it?
Just like you said, that depends on the definition of success.
Just imagine the definition for yourself and give me a number. Give me a number over 10.
Okay, I could say 10 over 10. Let me put it that way.
What number would you give it?
You didn't ask me why I'm giving it 10 over 10.
No, we'll come back to
Gonna
that.
get there. So in terms of Afrobeats, I'll give it a 9 or 8 over 10 just because the why was 8 over 10.
I'll give it a 5
Okay.
over 10.
Okay.
Because every year there's always a new artist that comes and a banger that comes. This year we didn't have a new artist.
Yes, we did. A new artist?
Yeah, that broke out.
I feel like Odell
and broke to diaspora.
Compared to like last
compared
year.
to 2 years ago, compared to last year, compared to 3 years ago, compared to 4 years ago.
No, it's a few of them.
Odell.
Woo!
Oh,
I don't
see,
know.
I like
If
the
we-
slow
if we don't
stuff.
even
You
know
don't like
his
the slow
name,
stuff, bro.
No,
That's the problem.
when Ashake came, I didn't need to tell you.
Man,
I just-
Ashake
when
is
the
a
moment I mentioned
different
Ashake,
guy
I didn't
now.
know
No,
who it is.
but it's
Who is Odell?
We went.
Odell Beckham?
I don't know.
If you have to Google him, he's not popping.
Which Dell?
You
If
said
you have
an
to Google
undercover.
him,
You said an up and coming artist.
No,
He's
that
an
blew,
up-and-coming
that gave
artist.
us, that blew up.
What did he
that
say?
blew up.
He did. Okay, I will play the song for you.
No,
And it's not, and we don't
disturb
want
our
TikTok.
head.
We don't want TikTok.
Don't disturb our eardrums. Don't disturb our
We don't want
eardrums.
TikTok kids either.
Yeah, we did not have a breakout artist for Afrobeat this year.
No, but
and
neither
that
did
has not
America.
happened in the last 5
Neither
years.
did America,
Mainstream pickup. You
Yeah,
know why?
mainstream,
Okay,
yeah.
so let me. Do you have a take on that? Because I have a take on why that's the case.
And that is why I say it's a 5, because
I get
even
you.
the albums are trash.
I got
anyway,
you.
this year.
Understood. I do not. This is
Yeah.
Odell. This guy, you don't know him? He's from
Honestly, I don't know
England.
him.
He's okay. So
This guy is just putting some foil coats on.
you never heard of
No.
Are we in South Africa?
I don't know what
Is
it
this
is.
a house sound? What sound is this?
Maybe when he does the intro, though. Honestly, I don't
It's
know
the
him.
kind of stuff I listen to.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I was happy to know he was a
That's a good
Nigerian.
reaction.
So because you listen to him doesn't make him. I listen to Q Dot all the time. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I will not come here and say Q Dot is a breakout.
Got it.
Because Q Dot, but for me, I stream his album. I stream his
Well,
singles.
I guess my
Shout out
Spotify
to
wrap
Q
up.
Dot anyway. He's one of the best. I don't care.
My Spotify wrap
I
up
don't
showed
care.
him as my most listened to artist
I
for
see.
2027,
I see.
2023.
I see. So let's wait for him. Maybe 2 more years.
2 more years,
Maybe
probably.
And that's his
Become
reality.
the male
That's
to tens.
something about our songs, our music in Nigeria. Sometimes you produce it, you release it, but they may not like
Takes
boom.
time.
It was like that for Ashake.
Yeah.
I remember when I was sending Ashake's EP when it was when it just got sent to Olamide. I've always been listening to him, but when it got sent to Olamide and dropped like a 6-track EP,
Yeah.
I was sending it to all my friends. I sent it to him. Nobody knew him.
Yeah.
Nobody knew him.
We
Then
didn't
one day
know.
everybody
I
just
had
started
no
saying,
clue.
Ashake is the best. I'm like,
Yeah, I
really?
like it.
So now he's the best. But
Yeah.
I've been sending
Yeah.
his tracks to you guys.
Yeah.
It just
For
takes
like
time.
months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes
It
time.
takes time.
And when
It
you
takes
say
time.
5 out of 10 because we didn't have a breakout artist, we have had a lot of accomplishments this year. Like in terms of them, like all this, shows they do in America and Britain. If the Burna Boy is not on the show, if Davido is not on the show,
They're not
it's
pulling
risky.
anybody.
They're not pulling anybody because everybody knows, but they don't want to admit
That
to
is
it.
the fact.
Afrobeat is the
That is the
biggest
fact.
genre right now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
But
that.
that is the fight.
Yeah.
That they are doing well commercially.
Yeah.
That is the fight.
But that's Afrobeat.
Apart from that, apart from that, where are the hits?
Because those.
So you view success as hits.
See, I view success in different ways.
Okay.
And I can go as much as saying, oh, we now have like a category on Grammy for Afrobeat. That's a success on its own.
Yeah.
Now, what makes a genre more successful is because there are hits in that genre. If there are no hits, that is the end of it.
But if you don't listen to that music,
when they say something is a hit, you don't have to listen to it. It comes to you anywhere you are.
He's outside.
I'm outside.
I'm outside like that.
I'm outside.
I'm with my little kids. I'm just listening to
I'm outside.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on.
You should come to me.
There's some songs, bro. There's some songs that are not meant for the club.
Yes.
There's some songs that are just meant for
is that not a success now?
And that also works. And you're so surprised that even slow songs, they will come to you. I grew up in Nigeria. I know you can relate to this. Did Craig David not blow up in Nigeria? Yeah. Even cab drivers were playing him.
Damn.
Does he have a dance track? No.
I said something where we're talking about
it will come to you.
So,
it will come to you.
Like that of Craig David you mentioned now. That era, we're not really doing well when it comes to music or entertainment in Nigeria compared to now.
But the type of song he was doing was not party songs, but the songs were everywhere.
No, I'll disagree with that a little bit because back in the day, in the years of Fela, King Sunny Ade, K1, Afro, this guy that sang Obesere, this guy that sang Afro Juju, Shina Peters. Now, like when I listen to those music now, I appreciate African music more. Like, and I'm a Gen Z, right? I love Davido, I love Burna Boy, I love Wizkid, all those new guys. Yeah. But sometimes listening to like people like Sunny Ade, you think as a musician, like I'd rather listen to that all day than listen to Afrobeat.
You know why?
Because that's music.
But that was also popping then.
Our African music is evolving right now.
Evolving, that's the word.
It's evolving. But I think we need to appreciate the legends from back then because that's the real music.
Don't get me wrong.
If you look at Ashake now,
don't get me wrong.
Look, it sings Fuji. But it's
with an undertone of like R&B.
But he knows if he comes out like now he got let's say we put Shina Peters and put Ashake. I'm not listening to Shina Peters or nobody.
But the producers though now.
Exactly. But
the ones doing
exactly.
You know what I meant? Where I said we're not really doing well at that period. Look at the kind of songs, the kind of production that we're having then. The same production that A was having will be the same thing the B will have. Like the only thing we're having then was that's the same thing, right? You were like they were not really what they were doing. They were on the side. They were not trying to build themselves compared to what they were doing in the Western world. Unlike now, I think everybody's like trying to change. Yeah, trying to
it's good that we can evolve, but I feel like this year, Afrobeat artists got lazier, and it's okay because you need to feed your family, and if you have a formula that works, copy it. Do slow songs.
No, but I know this guy. I think, in my opinion, I think the most hardworking artist, like Afrobeat artist, from what I see, is Burna Boy. Burna Boy is a touring artist. He's always on the road, and that's the real like Afro. That's Fela right there. Fela was not saying that.
No. I don't agree with that.
Fela was always on the stage.
Put the two people
together.
together.
It's not saying it's Fela. Yeah. He's just saying when it comes to work.
He's trying. But that one is trying to be Fela.
No. Yeah. That's not my point. When Fela was still alive, Fela had like a 20-man band on the stage. Burna Boy is doing the same exact thing. Now, I don't expect, and Burna Boy is not singing what Fela is singing, but that's the real, like, Fela was the real Afro, like he's the Afrobeat
performer.
Yeah, that's the performer. Yeah. and that's Afrobeats right there.
No,
performing is part of it.
But that is not true though. It is true, but it's not 100% true. Do you know why I say that?
Why?
Because even when Fela was doing these tours,
Yeah.
King Sunny Ade was also doing the same thing.
And King Sunny Ade too.
Yeah, and King Sunny Ade is also a Grammy-nominated artist.
Exactly, but I'm talking about.
And he also had bands that he was traveling with as well.
I'm talking about like now, like the artists like of our generation that is emulating that, African.
When it comes to
is
setting up a band,
yes,
and
that's the real African music.
But Whiskey does
not
the same
carry.
thing.
No. The thing for me with Burna Boy is like I hear that he has a really bad reputation in Nigeria. That he comes off as arrogant.
I won't blame him.
Honestly, I don't want to buy that. I want to say yes.
Yeah, he's not.
It depends on the fan.
Before we go to Burna Boy, we are going to be back.
Yeah.